Hi there, this is Tim with an Elite Dangerous video, and in this video I'm going to be doing some bounty hunting in an asteroid belt surrounding a planet. So this is a planetary ring. I like how densely populated the asteroid field is here, and it's very atmospheric, so it's a pretty cool location to do some combat. I was just flying through the belt here looking for someone who has a wanted status. If you look at the bottom left, you can see that this one is an anaconda and is clean, and then I've just selected another one and it's scanning and he comes up clean too. And another anaconda and he's clean as well. You can see their combat skill level on the left side too. You can see that this guy is an expert and he's in a sidewinder, and he has a wanted status, so I'm going to try to take him out. And luckily that was kind of a glancing blow. If it's straight on, then you can do an awful lot of damage, whereas if you just kind of hit at the side, then the impact kind of goes into the rotation of your ship rather than, into more serious damage. And he is an expert, like I said, and he's in a sidewinder, which is very maneuverable. So this actually shouldn't be that easy of a kill. I should have a hard time getting him in my sights, and I should have a pretty hard time taking him down. And I think as you watch this, you'll see that that's exactly what happens. It's really not easy to kill this guy. And I still am kind of getting back into it. I took a break for the whole of the last version of the beta 1, and that was basically so that when they introduced all of the things in beta 2 that they have, I would be thirsty to play the game again. And that's exactly what's happened, obviously. And if you notice, my view kind of go from looking in front like this to suddenly looking at the back of the cockpit somewhere. That's because my track IR for some reason was losing my head, even though my head is 2 feet away from it. So it's not that's not an issue with the game. That's something that my track IR keeps doing for some reason. And that's that guy dead for a 1700 credit bounty, which I'm quite pleased with, really, for a sidewinder. Just looking for my next target now. And that guy's clean, and there we go. We actually have a competent sidewinder with a wanted status. Approached him from the rear, which kind of allowed me to get his shields pretty far down before he could even run. And now he is running, and I've pretty much got his shields down. I had to boost there to try to keep up with him. And he's turning back towards me to try to obviously outmaneuver me. And I'm having to use a combination of lateral thrust and obviously pitch to try to rotate to bring him back in into my sights. And obviously this is where the track IR, when it's working, actually works wonders, because it is obviously pretty easy to find the target on the scanner. It's quite understandable, but that really doesn't compare to just being able to look up and see exactly where the ship is, so that you can actually bring it directly down into your crosshairs. And you can tell, this is a pretty good pilot too. The way he's maneuvering, it's absolutely fantastic. It's really amazing to see the quality of the pilots that are out there. Got him down to 16% hull, and he was able to regain his shields. So now I've got to knock his shields down again.
Target shields offline.
There we go. And now just that last kind of 16% of his hull. And he's dead.
Target destroyed.
And that's 1,850 credit bounty. Looking for another target here. That's an anaconda that's clean. I'm not really sure at this point whether I would attack an anaconda if it was actually wanted, but it's worth a look anyway. So I've skipped a bit forward in time now, and just looking for another target here. I found a sidewinder who is an expert, but he's clean. But it looks like he's firing at someone, so it's quite likely that that is a wanted target that he's actually fighting against. And there we go, there's a pilot called Coyote who is competent, and he has a wanted status, so I'm going to boost, try to get closer here. And approached him from a prone position, which is quite nice, and he seems still to be focused on the target ahead of him, which allows me to get in a few hits before he'll even really react to me. Got him all the way down to 58% already on his hull. And 30%, 10, 5, and he's dead.
Target destroyed.
And that's a 2,500 credit bounty, which is very nice. And skipping forward again in time here, and looking for another target again. And I see a red blip on the scanner there, so I'm going to go and check that out. And it looks to be a Cobra Mark III, and he's actually been under attack. You can see a load of communications from him at the top left, and he's obviously seen off those attackers, and unfortunately I actually attacked him milliseconds before his wanted status actually showed. So I actually gained a 200 credit bounty myself for having attacked him too early, which is unfortunate, but one of those things. I still have to try to take this guy out, and he's in a Cobra Mark III, which is a much better ship. His combat rank is Master, so this should be a very, very, very hard fought battle, and I've not had that much of a problem taking out Cobras in a Sidewinder before. I've always found that I can outmaneuver them exactly how you're seeing me doing here. And I can obviously thrust directly upwards and just basically keep them in my gun sights no matter what they do. And but here I'm finding the quality of this piloting that I'm up against, really, really high. He's really able to make it very, very difficult for me.
Target shields online.
And he's just regained his shields with 42% hull strength left, and able to come back at me and take my shields down. That's my canopy compromised, if you didn't hear what she said there. And I really have to do a number on this guy, really. I have to concentrate really hard and make sure that I maneuver in the right way using my upwards and downwards thrusters to try to get away from this guy's guns, because there's no way that I can really escape from this asteroid field either. He's going to kill me if I don't kill him first. So that's exactly what I have to do, and he actually looped away there, and that allowed me to get in a few shots while he couldn't fire back. And if you look at my hull strength over on the right hand side, I have 1% hull, and my shields are still recharging. But I want to keep the power on my weapons that I currently have because I need to take this guy down. He's down to 26% hull,
Shields.
and my shields have just come back online, but I still have 1% hull.
Target destroyed.
And there we go. Managed to get him with my 1% hull. And obviously remember I still have that 200 credit bounty on my head, so I went back to the station, and obviously I refueled, repaired, and then obviously went into the contacts menu to pay off my bounty, and also to collect my bounties, which I made in a very short time, 11,200 credits, which I'm very, very happy with. Decided to go into the outfitting menu and see if there's any upgrades that I can give my trusty Sidewinder here. Okay, here we are, and just looking through the listing, I did look in other things, to kind of see whether I could sell things that I think I don't need, but really, there's nothing that I wanted to get rid of. I did buy a power distribution upgrade, and that kind of helps a lot. It's going to help with recharging rates and power levels and things like that, so I'm quite happy with that. And then back to the bounty hunting. Obviously the first thing is to find a target with a wanted status. I found a Sidewinder here who has a combat rating of dangerous, but he's actually clean. But what's interesting is that he's actually scanning me to see if I have a wanted status, and obviously it wasn't something he was interested in, so he just told me to move along and let me go about my business. So I went to find someone who had a wanted status that I could attack. It's just interesting, how alive the universe is in certain places, and then how desolate it is in other areas where there's just no life there whatsoever. But here, eventually, I find a target who is already under attack. He's actually being attacked by a bounty hunter and a federal security craft, and I'm just basically going to muscle in on this fight and see if I can be the one that actually takes him down.
Target destroyed.
And look at the size of that bounty, 11,250 credits. And I'm sure that that bounty hunter that was attacking him was pretty pissed off at that, and this guy here that was attacking that previous target actually had a wanted status himself, so even though he's in a Cobra Mark III as well, and was obviously a master rating for combat, I decided to try to take him out as well. And at this point, I felt a little bit more comfortable with combat, and I felt I was making the right decisions at the right time. But you still have to be very, very careful in a in a sidewinder, because these guys have a lot of skill, and they can really, really just kill you in no time if you don't know what you're doing. And basically, it takes all of the experience that I have to basically win against these guys. Got him down to 40% hull. I boost in so that he can't come towards me, and if he does get to fire at me, he can't fire at me very much. And unfortunately, that kind of stopped me being able to fire at him kind of while I was boosting in, and he got his shields back, so I now have to knock those down again.
Target shields offline.
My pulse laser is now running out of energy, so just slowly knocking him down to 9%. And he's dead.
Target destroyed.
It's a 3100 credit bounty, and already on the scanner you can see another red blip, which he's currently showing as unknown.
Target shields offline.
So I'm just waiting, and then he shows as wanted. So this is another Cobra Mark III, and he's expert for his combat ranking. And he's actually under attack from other people, so it makes this particular kill a lot easier for me.
Target destroyed.
And that's 2,950 credits. Looking for my next target now. I see another red blip on the scanner. And he's actually looking very closely at me. But his status still says unknown, and it's scanning, and now it says wanted. So now I can attack him and not get another bounty like I did earlier. Obviously using a lot of upwards thrust there so that I can actually move along with him and keep firing at the same time. He hasn't really done an awful lot to defend himself yet, even though his combat ranking is master. And here he comes, he's looped round, and that was when I thought he was going to come and attack me, but no, he just kind of lazily flew around. So I don't think the combat ranking is always an indicator of what kind of a fight you're going to have, but it's still interesting to see it, and obviously you're probably going to get a bigger bounty for a bigger target. Still, it's taking some time to actually kill this guy. And you can see there's already 2 other red blips on the scanner as well for me to worry about. Got him down to 10% now. And he's dead.
Target destroyed.
And that's a 9,700 credit bounty, which I was quite surprised about. That really wasn't a difficult kill. And then this guy is already firing at me before I've fired a shot at him. So he's currently listed as unknown, so I assume by the time I could actually see the UI, he'll have been rescanned. He's still scanning at the bottom left. Now it says wanted. And obviously he has a lot of firepower, so I'm trying to stay out of the way of his guns if I can. But basically every time he turns away from me,
Target shields.
I have to try to get in as many shots as I can, but also I have to be ready for the fact that he's going to loop around and use the distance that he's gained by flying away from me to use his guns against me. So basically whenever I have the opportunity, I need to move up or down with him and keep firing between those times as well. And really haven't found this guy that difficult either, but I think I'm doing a better job than I was early on in the video of keeping these guys
Target shields.
under constant fire. And obviously I've got used to the manoeuvrability of the ship again.
Target shields offline. Target destroyed.
And that's a 7,500 credit bounty. Just skipped forward again there for my next target. You can actually see up on the comms readout at the top left, there's someone who's under attack, and I can't really see them. So I went to the contacts tab here, and then I actually saw them. You can see the little red marker at the right side, and that actually allowed me to find them quicker. Boosted because it kind of looked like they were flying straight towards me, so I thought they might have attacked me if I'd have just gone slower. But it looks like I kind of caught them by surprise there. Trying to kind of maneuver out of the way a little bit, but not quick enough. Not yet, anyway. I've already kind of run out of energy on my weapons, but I don't really want to move it around. I quite like having a little bit of energy towards the shields, just in case someone else comes in trying to attack me. And I'm obviously, even though my rate of fire is a lot slower right now, I'm doing a good job of actually manoeuvring and always keeping them under fire. You know, so it doesn't matter as much if you have a slow rate of fire if you're always firing at them. You know, there's a lot of people that will do a little burst of fire, but then they'll take longer to get the same amount of fire on because they're flying around waiting for it to recharge, etc. And you saw earlier there's already another red blip over on the right side of the scanner.
Target destroyed.
And that's a 10,500 credit bounty right there. My next target is competent and has a clean record, so what that probably means is that he accidentally fired at me earlier on. I probably flew into his fire when he was firing on one of the bounties. I just checked here, you know, whether he actually has a record that I can cash in, but I didn't see one, so I switched for someone that actually has a wanted status. And his combat ranking is master.
Target shields offline.
He's actually busy attacking someone else, which makes it a lot easier for me. Quick boost to get closer there, and because he's still concentrated on this other ship, it's over very quickly.
Target destroyed.
And that's an 11,650 credit bounty. And then I'm just looking at this guy, you know, he obviously didn't check his fire very well, basically, when I was around him previously, so I decided to take him out. You know, it's 200 credits. It's still a little bit of combat training. Obviously upwards thrust here to keep him in my targets
Target shields
while he was moving.
Target shields offline.
And that's it, he's dead.
Target destroyed.
And that's an additional 600 credit bounty for me for murder. So now I'm going to head back to the station and obviously cash in my my bounties, and obviously pay off my own bounty. So there we go, 56,650 credits worth of bounties right there. That's not too bad, is it? So I refuel my ship for 8 credits and head into the outfitting menu again. Now let's see what I can get with all this money. Okay, so a kill warrant scanner would seem appropriate, because then the people that are coming up clean might not be clean, and this allows me to check that and obviously get bounties for other areas. And then I upgraded the thrusters on my Sidewinder. I don't really know if I did anything else. I'm not sure why I kept the video on that screen for that long, but there we go. Check out my newly upgraded Sidewinder in my next combat video, which should be coming up as soon as I have time to play the game. Thank you. Bye bye.